Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today's tip 118. And just as a recap, this weekend group, Doc V kind of asked us to dig deeper, kind of share our journey or share our story. And just as a reminder for those who don't know, and at this time probably most everybody does know, I lost about 20 years ago, 116 pounds, got sick, gained it back, ended up having bariatric surgery. And now I'm almost 5 years post-surgical, down 160 pounds, 40 pounds during COVID. During the past few days, the doc has asked us to get personal and kind of dig into our own journey. And so for the past couple days, I've been looking at what's changed this time. Why do I think I can make this last forever? And good morning, whoever's with me. And what I decided is, on the first day, I talked about going public and doing lives and Facebook, and that kind of was a tool that I used. The second day, I talked about progress is my new perfection, because trying to be perfect in my past always made me stumble and made me give up too soon. Number 3, yesterday was the 5 a.m. club. I get up faithfully 4 to 5 a.m. Yep, I did it this morning. Yep, it feels great. Actually, after my live, I'll post a picture of the sunrise I watched this morning. And I got to tell you, it's beautiful. And for me, it is such a therapeutic way to start the day. And then today I'm going to talk about accountability. And for me, what's different in this journey is that I've got accountability all over the place. And it's just kind of reminders, like I have accountability partners in different groups. I have accountability partners in that I go public with you guys. I have accountability in that I'm part of a group with Doc V. So I've kind of put all these things together. And when I talked the other day and I talked about progress is my perfection, it made me realize that even like right now, I'm at a changing point. And the doc has kind of pointed out that during spring, we have our greatest weight losses because it's a change of seasons. And right now I am at the very tail end. This week I'll be filing my quarterly statement. So that's pretty exciting. And so this morning I actually sat down and I wrote the new approach I'm going to take going into this next phase of my journey. And kind of what I'm going to do is, Robin Sharma in the 5 a.m. club talks about the victory hour, and I followed it pretty faithfully in the beginning of the year. Now I still get up 4 to 5 a.m., but I'm like, how can I make it a little better? And for those of us in the challenge, we know the doc's been doing push-ups every day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back a little bit more activity in my victory hour. And by that, I just mean I'm going to add like some push-ups, some knee lifts, some lunges, maybe some arm punches. Things to what I'm working on is to increase my flexibility, my strength, and my range of motion. But I'm going to do it small because I tend to jump off way too deep. And I realized that the reason I didn't stick with it earlier in this year is that I took on too much. I wanted to do 100 push-ups off the dresser. I wanted to do 100 squats. I wanted to do 100 of each of the kickboxing moves. So now, stepping back, I realize I just have to incorporate small amounts and small progress. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to add some exercise and add some movement for range of movement into my morning. I'm going to add reading back into my morning routine, and I'm just going to make sure that I keep 20 minutes aside to do some reading. This morning, I read 20 minutes of The Monk, the Businessman, and the Surfer, which is Robin Sharma. But I have tons of books, so I'll be reading that. Actually, there's a page in there that I think is a mirror of what Doc V's life has been, or at least what I think it's been from things that he said. And then I know that I'm going to actually do some more research on range of motion. I'm noticing I don't have such great motion. So during that reading time, I'm going to work on that. I'm also going to work on making sure that I'm very conscious of my water. So for the next few days, I'm going to, during the time I'm sitting at my computer working, I'm going to have my alarm go off every 10 minutes to make sure I'm chugging water, because I want to get that up again, even higher than what it was before. So I'm going to put a tool into place. And then I'm going to make sure I'm monitoring when I stop eating and when I start eating in the morning, so that I'm narrowing that window of time that food is in front of me. These are things that I'll share with my accountability partners because that is what that's all about. But I figured I would just kind of go live today and tell you that accountability is part of my tool. I need to be accountable in order to have an extra tool to help me stay on this journey. This past year has been filled with such amazing progress that I could have easily let slide by feeling like a victim to the circumstances of life this past year. But instead, through Doc V's group and through the accountability partners and even through going live this past few months, I've been able to dig deep and make changes that I want to continue with as I go forward. So I guess just to kind of close up the things that I've changed and the things that are kind of personal to me in this journey and why this time is the time that I can stick with it, is that I'm not going to stop trying. I'm not going to stop making progress. I know that in order to win this, all I've got to do is keep moving forward. I know that the perfection is always going to change. It's going to get stronger, it's going to get brighter, and it's going to get more built to it. So as long as I'm moving forward, I can get to some amazing things. So I'm going to do that by continuing to be public and sharing with you guys, knowing and pounding in my head that it's just progress I'm seeking, continuing to get up early and to refine that hour in the morning, and make sure that I have a team of accountability built in. That's changed my life. That's made this journey workable. A year from now, I want to be planning and looking at what I'm going to do as I'm honing right into the goal weight. So thank you for sharing this journey with me. And after I hang up, I'll post a couple of pictures of the beautiful sunrise that I got to watch this morning that all the people around me that were asleep missed. There's something beautiful in spending that time in the morning, stretching, getting your body's muscles working, reading, and watching the sunrise. It's just beautiful. Give it a chance. You might find that you find as much enjoyment out of it as I did. So thank you and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.